how to drive performance with influencers.
Yes.
I remember back in the days, influencers were the performance channel. What are your thoughts like with the TikTok shop? Have you tested that?
Yeah.
Have you learned anything?
Yeah, no, I definitely did a lot of TikTok shop stuff.
I just sat down with Danil, the founder of Incense and OG of UGC, to break down everything you need to know when it comes to influencer marketing. In the description, you'll find a link to join Incense, and you will never pay full price. All right, let's get back to it, because this is amazing.
As a puppy. So I've definitely done a lot of stuff on TikTok shops, and I think it's come a long way. I think what's great is TikTok actually stuck it out long enough for people to be used to it. Last night, I was on my phone. It was like, I have a baby, so it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. She finally goes to sleep. I open up TikTok, and there's a guy with like the flashlight. It's the daylight flashlight for $7 or whatever, right? Yeah. And I'm just scrolling through, and it's like this guy's like, he's just making content that I want to see.
Yeah.
And it just so happens, oh, by the way, the thing in the content I can buy. What's really interesting, too, is that when people are building for TikTok shops, they're also making ads in a way that, because they're not selling the product, like a lot of the times it's just the way that they're approaching of, I just want to get people to watch my videos and like them.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, I'm going to make some sales from something. And there's that really just a different approach of the let me earn the attention and then maybe I'll make sales. And the way I see a lot of these people selling is they'll get like 10 different, they'll do a whole bunch of different offers. And whatever happens to sell, they'll sell. Great. And then they get contracted to do stuff. But I think the performance side of it is incredible because you're having, what we saw before was this creator mindset, and then people using that creator mindset to say, okay, you're a creator that people like. You're an influencer. Read this script from the ads team.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing it as, oh, you can get attention. People seem to like what you have to say. Can you say some nice things about, these microphones or this cup or something? Yeah. And there's something that's really, it feels legitimate and natural. And it's not off-putting because everybody knows when they're being sold. And one of the things that I love about TikTok shops and good influencer content in UGC is that people aren't trying to sell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It reminds me of Simon Sinek's Golden Circle, and start with the why. And it's like, IBM, for those that haven't seen Simon Sinek in his TED Talk, it's like IBM has the fastest this, the most that, and whatever else. Apple's just trying to make your life easier.
Yeah.
And they happen to do it with this, that, and the other thing, and here's a laptop you can get, right? And that's how they're going to make your life better. And these TikTok shops just like, oh, the guy last night, so he was just like, it's like 7 p.m. I got this thing out here, and I posted something yesterday, and y'all were calling it because it wasn't even dark outside yet. And immediately I'm hooked of like, what were they calling? Like, right. Okay, I don't even know if he did it. I might have seen the only video. He might have been lying to me, but whatever. His very Georgia, South Carolina accent tells me he was being honest. Whatever. And it's like, all right, I'm going to come back when it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm going to show you how good this flashlight is. Okay. Because it blew my mind. I'm like, all right, I'm in. Then he's
Let's
like,
go.
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, it's dark enough outside. You can't even see the flashlight in my hand. Look at it. And then he's like, all right, now look at this. Boom. Daylight. And I'm like, $7? Done.
Yeah, all right.
I'm in. Right. But it's like, and he wasn't selling anything.
Yeah.
Like it was 35, 40 seconds into the video before he's like,
just sharing the story.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, I see the thing on the lower left-hand side. Like, clearly I could buy something if I want to. But I'm really excited for that type of content because it's bringing performance marketing back into actual brand development and actual storytelling.
Yep.
And I think there was a period of time pre-2018 when anybody could have a Facebook ad account and just spend money and make sales.
Yeah.
Then COVID hit, and any idiot could get another Shopify page and get sales. And I think we're coming back to a time when the people that don't have the fundamentals aren't getting the wins. And the folks that leverage content that people want to see to build brands that actually listen to their customers and, have good, foundational business models, they're going to be great.
Yep.
And it was interesting. I was talking to a guy who does a lot of mergers and acquisitions. And he said, the big investor companies, the VCs, won't touch e-commerce anymore. And it's like there's 1,000 people knocking on the door, and they all get turned away. And there's 5 people that'll might get a deal. Well, 2018, those 5 people were still there. There just wasn't 1,000 other wannabes knocking on the door. So it seems like things are a lot more difficult, but it's only because there's such a higher volume of people that don't know what they're doing losing in the open. Does that make sense? And so I think that the TikTok shops is bringing the power back to the storyteller. And at the end of the day, people buy because of their emotion. People don't buy because of the stats on a sheet of paper. That's just not what gets people going. You got to make them feel a certain way. And people buy with their feelings, not with facts. And that's one thing that I think is super interesting about the TikTok shops. And I hope that I hope that it lasts for a while. I have a feeling that there's going to be a few folks that just get really good in the niche that just start spiking the prices up again. And we're going to get these agencies that rent a mansion in Arizona or Miami, throw 30 creators in for a weekend, and they all get like $1 million to make content, and then it'll be ruined again.
Like it's going to be damaged. That could be potential happen. It's also interesting what we've been observed with the TikTok shop. We became an official partner back in February. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So, but what actually helped us to diving into the ecosystem, because we have been seeing that so many marketers, early adopters, like let's say Charley, a new wave of Charleys, stepping into our marketplace, right? And they starting hiring creators for TikTok shop, even though it wasn't the certain campaign that it's named as a TikTok shop, right? We need to find TikTok shop creators on Insights, because it's going to be easier for us to manage them rather than the free affiliate center, which is free. And we are starting asking TikTok shop team, our clients, what's going on, right? And then what we figured out that where TikTok shop was even 6 months ago, I'm not saying even a year ago, and where it is, it's a different game. So right now you need to also evolve with the game, because back in the days, 10 months ago, it was purely organic game. You're hiring creators in affiliate center. You don't need the incense. You might consider incense. Why not, right? Because you can find more professional people.
There's like a search engine behind it.
But affiliate center does the job, and it still does, and it will. It's a robust solution that is also stepping out, right? But at the same time, it wasn't the issue to outreach all of these influencers and get the response back, because it was not that many merchants, not that many creators. So the matching system was kind of fine. And in that case, like the game was pretty easy and purely organic. So you put paid just in case, it wasn't necessary. So right now it's shifting more towards you need to find the game between, I would say, 40 to 60. 40 is organic and 60 paid, right? And that was surprised me, because a lot of marketers, they're still coming to TikTok shop right now with the expectations that, it's going to be purely organic. We're not going to be paying anything up front. It's going to be 20% affiliate fee coming from our margin, paying 10% to TikTok shop. Here's the our contribution margin. Let's go, right? Simple game, but it's not longer the game that you can win.
It's good to know, because that's why it's good to have that insight.
It's not only organic, because what happened right now with the whole thing. First of all, TikTok shop is also tweaking the whole system. They're also interested in paid social. This is obvious. That's what you.
I mean, why not do that?
That's number one. Secondly, the number of merchants right now and the number of creators who are able to deliver the results are increasing. But at the same time, the affiliate center, it makes you really hard to achieve creators who are going to be interested in these deals, because you're just going to be using any bots system, any this hacky software just to spam all these influencers. And influencers don't want to work with that, because they're receiving 100 new DMs per day.
Wow.
The majority of them, it's hey, first name, here's my offer, let's go. And they have no idea about your brand. They want to go there. They want to research. Do you have reviews? Is it new? Is it something legit? Is it a drop shipping business? I'm not saying anything bad about drop shippers, but sometimes there is a brand behind of that or not? This
Yeah.
is important because you're dealing with a human being.
Exactly. I think so many people forget that there's human beings in the world.
It's not kind of like I'm going to be paying you money, like I'm going to throw this money to your face and like you're going to be happy with that. Like, well,
Yeah.
I'm not happy with
Yeah.
just throwing in the money. I want to be recognized. I want to earn this money, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the feeling that many creators out there they're feeling, and that's why the response rate right now on affiliate center is less than a percent. So
Wow.
this is really hard to get there.
That makes sense.
That's number one thing. But then recently I spoke with one of the most powerful user of Incense is the agency TikTok Shop, one of the top ones in the game, 0 to 1. Just highlighting the guys, love them absolutely. But they shared with me they way how they making a lot of money for their clients and how they grow their clients quickly on TikTok Shop is that they're not looking only influencers who's going to be driving sales right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, obviously they wouldn't say no to that, and they're going to be continue scaling their campaigns on both native affiliate center as well as Incense, and that's all good. But they wouldn't expect that they're going to be doing the only organic, and then it's going to be growing the business. Where they would expect is how to repurpose the content from this organic post, seeing what's actually performing, and spark them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The whole strategy is organic plus paid.
Yeah.
That's all about what you need to know. It's paying enough for the influencers to be incentivized and produce great content.
Yeah.
Finding those influencers who are able to produce great UGC that you would be able to spark.
Yeah.
And then combining both, because sometimes it could be performing organically better than in paid. Sometimes it's paid is going to be performing.
Sure.
Yeah, the point is that in the end of the day, you need to build your cash flow, future cash flow from out of this and from this strategy. That was makes me surprised because I was also believing that you need to focus primarily on organic. That is the beauty of TikTok Shop and so on. But
sure,
it's not long in the game.
Yeah.
The folks told me that like you need to combine. If you're not putting ad dollars behind of the whole game, well, you're going to be niche, but you're not going to be winning.
Somebody's going to have ad dollars.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I love that.